me, Kate Thomas, what I want to know from you is it's a hypothetical question, but if the Browns and Joe Flacco go to the Super Bowl and win, what do you do with Watson? What do you do with Flacco? What's the scenario? We've got a caller. Good morning. You are live on air, and this is Sports Drive with Kate. Who do we have this morning?
Oh, yes, Kate Thomas. How about Fluco Flacco? Yes, ma'am. That is one for the old guys, ma'am. This is George Foreman knocking Michael Moore out. Yes, yes, Flacco. What do you do with Flacco? You sign him. I'm sorry, Deshaun Watson. It's like you were saying. It's the experience. I'm a Deshaun Watson fan. I love it. But the train is rolling. How do you stop it? How do you change anything? This is it. Fluco Flacco. Let's go. He is. You know me. I'm a Ravens guy. Flacco is a Raven for life. Yes, sir. I love it. Yes.
Yes, and there was so much on the line last night. Even Flacco played with the Jets for a short period of time behind Sam Darnold. And Zach Wilson, goodness gracious, couldn't think of his name. It left me for a second. But he even played behind those two and then had his time with the Ravens. So this was a statement win, I think, for Joe Flacco. It was definitely a statement win for himself, just in his career, to go out there and prove, hey, I can still play this game. And Ronald, to your point, experience does matter. Yes, age matters, and how physical your body can still be and how it can move, that obviously matters. But experience is huge. You bring a guy in like Joe Flacco, who has played in the league for, I don't even want to know how many years, but several. He's got a very, very high football IQ. He's a cool guy. I want to be just like around him in his presence. He just seems like one of those cool people. You know how like it's like somebody who's cool, but they're not too cool to talk to you, but they're just kind of cool in the corner, but would be nice to you if you wanted to go talk to him, but you're too afraid to. Do you know what I'm talking about? That type of person? He's one of those. He's one of those, but would be so friendly to you and talk to you and probably be your friend if you just went up and talked to him. That's Joe Flacco. He's Joe Cool. I know that's what they call Joe Burrow. The new Joe Cool is Joe Flacco for me right now, at least until Burrow gets back. And you can come at me, and that's me as an LSU alum saying that. So that's a pretty big statement right there, Ronald.
Wow.
He's not that great. I'm not saying Joe Flacco is the king. He is still inconsistent and not perfect. But if he can just use his experience and use his football IQ and be a little bit more accurate, then I think he's the guy, man.
That's it. I mean, for now, he certainly is. Sure he is. I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see as it goes. But as you said, Joe Flacco is absolutely unflappable. He is not the new Joe Cool. He is the same old Joe Cool. This is
he's the original Joe Cool, I guess. And then,
right,
except
no
that Joe Burrow was still a little bit better than them. But he could have originated. Maybe he did. I don't know if that actually really stemmed from him. But I like seeing he looks like he just fits with the Browns in their culture and their organization. Right. It's a perfect fit almost.
It's like you were saying. He looks like the kind of guy, you might see him at a bar, sit around and talk to him. He's cracking little jokes about people and all this, and you would have no clue of who he is. And that's Flacco. Wow, man. I love it. I'm digging it. I can't imagine how Clay is going. Man, he probably can't even talk this morning. But thank you, Kate Thomas. I'm loving what Flacco is doing, man.
I am loving it, too. Ronald, thank you. Happy Friday. I hope you have a wonderful day. Truly enjoy your call. As always, you can join in on the conversation. Give us a call. Save the number. That is my biggest advice to you. That way you're not texting, driving, any of that. I do not encourage anyone to text and drive, so please do not do that. But if you want to give us a call and you're in a safe place where you can dial the number, it's 850-623-1330, 623-1330. Go ahead and save that number in your phone as ESPN Pensacola. We'll be taking calls all morning. Want to talk Browns, Jets from last night for Thursday Night Football. Obviously, we're going to talk about the Buckeyes and the Bulldogs. That will be coming up later on as well. We've got a caller. Good morning. How are you? You're live on air, and welcome in. Who do we have this morning?
Good morning. It's Eric.
Hey, Eric. How are you doing today?
Good. It's a little chilly out here.
It is a little chillier than this morning than normal, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
Yeah, well, I came from Michigan to get away from snow, and at least we don't have that, so it doesn't hurt my feelings a whole lot. But driving from Pensacola to Navarre this morning at about exit 26, it got down to about 30 degrees, so it was pretty dang cold this morning.
I bet. Well,
But anyway,
Eric, give us your thoughts this morning. What do you have?
Well, about 5 years ago, I got tired of being a Lions fan and started watching the Browns. And I figured, well,
I don't know if that was a
I'm
good
gonna root for a
transition.
loser team. Well, I figured that I'm just tired of watching the Lions lose for a bazillion years. It's time to cheer for somebody else.
Right.
And it's actually really nice to see them both making the playoffs this year. What do I think? I still think that the Browns are a heavy bruiser. Are they going to win everything with Joe? I don't necessarily know that. I don't know if they would even win it with Deshaun. But, they're definitely a hard-charging and physical team. Kansas City doesn't look as tough as they used to, so they do have a better chance in my eyes. But I just don't know where they're going to go from here.
Well, look, they've still for the Browns. It's not just this game, and one game doesn't make or break you. They've had an up and down season, but they've gone through a lot of adversity. Several quarterbacks. This is a team who is used to going through adversity. But I will tell you something about this Browns team that I like, and we kind of talked about this yesterday a little bit. I spoke about it on my show, especially when I had Mike Detillier, which I'm not sure if you had a chance to catch that one on. That guest on, but he's a very old school football guy, just old school, and they still say this these days, but they don't say it as much as, and this is what I'm about to say, as defense wins championships. We don't hear it as much as we used to hear it. With the Browns and the defense that they have, if they continue to play, you get Amari Cooper back. Joe Flacco starts being a little bit more accurate, and still has electric games like he has, but tightens his game up a little bit because he obviously still needs to do that. He's not perfect. You get Amari Cooper back. You have Kareem Hunt still trying to make big plays, hopefully. You've got a good Browns team, at least the defense, hopefully. Now, in the AFC alone, you look at the AFC, you've got the Ravens at number 1, and with Lamar Jackson at the helm, goodness gracious, and their offense, that's a tough one. Then the Dolphins and the offense that they carry with Tua and all the weapons they have there, Hill, everybody. I mean, that one's insane. And then the Browns. I mean, this is the best AFC who has clinched the playoffs so far that I've seen in the AFC. I love seeing these three teams. I actually like all three of these teams. I'm excited about it. I don't know. I agree with you. I'm not sure. Do the Browns take it all the way? But I'm not going to count them out, Eric. I'm not. I think that they've at least showed us that they are a dog. Literally, they are a dog in the fight, and they've got the fight in them. And this defense. Myles Garrett. He said that this is out of his entire career. Now, his entire career. Out of all the defenses he's played for, the coaching staffs, his teammates, all of that this particular year is his favorite defense between teammates and coaches that he's ever played for. That these guys even get together outside of having to practice, and they do film at home. I mean, because they want to, and they enjoy it, and they enjoy spending time with each other. They're a family, that defense. On the Browns, they're a family, and they're carrying that team right now. And now with Joe Flacco, they can go a little further. So for the Browns fans, good job last night.
Yeah, I like your outtake too. I mean, you definitely have you thought it through without question. You know, I didn't think it through before I called you. I just was like, well, you know.
Absolutely. Well,
but I hope you have a great day.
Eric, I do too. That's why I try to think things through as much as I can, as long as my mind doesn't scatter to the next thought, which it does often. But I try to stay on topic as much as possible. Eric, appreciate your call. Glad to see your Lions clinch their spot and be in the playoffs, and I can't wait to see them play too. Who knows what this Super Bowl and all these playoffs are going to look like, but you know what?
Yes.
This is the year that NFL is crazy. It's the year of the backup quarterback in the NFL. It's the year of anything can happen, I feel like, right now, but at least the Lions are in it. Unfortunately, you know, hadn't seen my Saints in it yet. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to get in there. I think the Bucs have a pretty good shot, but we'll see this weekend with that game.
They say that a team has to be hot, you know, and the Browns are definitely hot right now. Everybody else is misfiring. So, I mean, this is definitely a positive swing for them.
It is.
You know, I mean, to watching other teams fall while they're the ones that have gone through pretty much the most adversity, and they're still coming out on top. So it'll be good. It'll be good to see them in the playoffs. It really will.
It will be great to see all of them. Bob, I hope you have a lovely Friday, a lovely weekend, and as always, appreciate you calling in. Happy Friday. Thank you for your
welcome.
call.
I'm about to go cash in that Maynard
Go cash it in.
prize. They were closed until today. So I'm headed that way.
Okay, they may be closed. They may be closed for the holidays. Do a double check. I'm not sure, but
Right.
if they're not open today, they'll be open in the new year. Okay?
It was like the 22nd till the 28th or something, I think.
There you go,
So I
then.
think they're open today.
There you go, Eric. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. You too. All right, Sports Drive with Kate right here on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. I'm Kate Thomas. I want to hear from you. You have a chance to call in, give your thoughts. Tell me you're going to get some donuts. It's great. Maynard's Donuts, a proud sponsor of this show. They're delicious. Listen, if you have not protected your home from hurricane protection or storms for next season, really, because we're coming up on New Year's, you need to get Cat 5 Hurricane Fabric. It's 55% stronger than all of the other hurricane fabrics out there. And the reason why is because it's made of this material that's called AstroGuard. It's this super stretchy, very durable material. They use it actually up in space, but it can protect your home or your business from hurricane damage, from storm surges, things like that. It's very lightweight and durable, but you've got to get it from this specific place, which is Cat 5 Hurricane Fabric. You have to just go to cat5hurricanefabric.com to find out any more information that you would like. cat5hurricanefabric.com is the place. Now, it's the number 5 when you are looking at it, so make sure you go to the number 5 hurricanefabric.com. Right now, they've got a 10% discount going on. They'll come out to your home and they'll do free estimates as well. So take advantage of the 10% discount. They do financing, so it basically pays for itself in the next 2 years. It saves you 20% to 40% in annual insurance savings, but it's one of the most cost-effective ways and best ways to protect your home from hurricanes or big storms like we all have here in the Panhandle. So go see our friends at Cat 5 Hurricane Fabric. Cat, the number 5, hurricanefabric.com. It's very simple. Call them. They are the nicest people. They'll come out to your house and just give you an idea of what they do. And to see more of it, go to their website, Cat, the number 5, hurricanefabric.com, a proud sponsor of this show, good friends of ours, but make sure to keep your home protected. And again, this is now the time to do it, right after Christmas, after hurricane season, when you're already putting things up and trying to get things in order for the new year anyways. cat5hurricanefabric.com. Again, this is ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM, and I'm Kate Thomas, the host of Sports Drive. We'll take a quick break and be right back after these messages.
And we're back with the action. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an irresistible taste and zero sugar, Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any sports fan. So make sure you... Wait, Jim, I didn't mean try it right now. We're still on the air.
Best Coke ever? Take a taste, Jen.
Really?
No, not right now, Jen. We got a game to call.
The Seminoles are here.
Now the Florida Green, 1-2 step for a three, got it! Boom! It's good!
And looking for more.
Fletcher a three, good! On fire, Cameron Fletcher! Look out below, a two-hand cram.
Catch the action all season long.
Fire up the war chant and plant the spear!
Right here on your radio home of the Seminoles.
Listen to FSU basketball on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM 99.1 FM. Your home for Florida State basketball.
Secret offers, guaranteed returns, over-the-top promises that you too can make fast money. These are all red flags that you should be wary of when looking at investment opportunities. Visit Florida's Office of Financial Regulation website 24/7 to learn what questions to ask before you invest. Remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Visit slofr.gov to learn more. This message is sponsored by the Florida Office of Financial Regulation, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this radio station.
This is Jim Grimes from Southern Media, wishing you and your family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
May your Christmas be filled with joy, love, and laughter. This is Jessica with Pensacola's Kia Autosport, wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
From all of us at Duncan McCall Advertising, we want to wish you a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year.
May your Christmas be filled with joy, love, and laughter. This is Sheila Nichols from Pensacola State College, wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Paul Feinbaum on weekday afternoons after the Rich Eisen Show, 2 to 6 on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM.
It's ESPN Pensacola's Sports Drive.
Welcome back into Sports Drive with Kate. I'm your host, Kate Thomas. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. It is Friday. Who is excited that it is Friday? Me. I am so excited that it's Friday. But really in sports, it's nights, holidays, weekends. It's always work, but it's usually a lot of entertaining. That's why I love it so much, and that's why I do what I do. Thank you to all of you who spend your mornings with me every morning, Monday through Friday. I love it. It means so much to me when you do call in right here to ESPN Pensacola. Again, you can always call in and chime in with your thoughts, 850-623-1330. I encourage you to save that number just because I think it's probably the easiest way for you to call in and chime in with your thoughts and the safest. In this first segment, we talked a lot about the Cleveland Browns, the New York Jets, Thursday night football, primetime football, Joe Flacco and the Brownies. Hoo. I don't do the dog bark or whatever they call it very well. But if you're a Browns fan, you got to be excited. We've got a caller this morning. Good morning. How are you? And you're live on air. Who do we have this morning?
Hey, this is Clay calling in from Pensacola.
Hey, Clay. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I heard you asking some questions about the Cleveland Browns, and that's sort of my team, so I just kind of wanted to put in some input on my thoughts about the whole Joe Flacco, Deshaun Watson, I guess, conversation. But what you originally asked was, if they go to the Super Bowl, will they have to will they still go back to Deshaun Watson?
Right.
And I don't see how you do that, even if they don't win the Super Bowl, but even if they just get there, just because he's running with the offense so well. And even when Deshaun Watson was healthy over here, he wasn't performing his best, and people were just like, hey, just give the man time. But when you're paying what the Cleveland Browns paid for Deshaun Watson, you need to see some actual performance out of that, and I just wasn't ever really seeing that. And if we make that long run, and definitely if we win, because the city of Cleveland, they haven't had, a Super Bowl or anything like that since the Browns actually were moved to Baltimore and became the Ravens, which is just funny that now we've got a Ravens quarterback that might actually take us there. So, it's wild.
No, it is wild, and how ironic that may happen. Now, we don't want to say too much because you never know what's going to happen with the Browns. But, yeah, I think you need to keep Joe Flacco if he's willing to stay another year. I don't know what the end of Deshaun Watson's contract is. Regardless, I guess just put him on the bench, make him your backup quarterback if that's the case, if he's still on contract and can't go out and be a free agent. But you're right. This is the first time, and how ironic. The Browns, who were once in Baltimore, then came back to Cleveland, now who have gone through so much adversity, have Joe Flacco, previously with the Ravens, who may be the answer for Cleveland to take them all the way.
And I think that's why, Joe Flacco is just so crazy how welcome the city has been to him because, he kind of knows all that history and, Cleveland hates the Ravens. Ohio even has laws on the books now that you can't even move the stadium without just selling it first, especially if you use public funds, just because people were so distraught over that. So there's actually other sports teams that the owners are trying to move out of Ohio, but these laws are in place to prevent that, just because it was such a devastating thing that happened to the city.
It was such a devastating thing that happened to the city. Other states should do that, and they didn't, because we see other teams who have moved, like the Las Vegas Raiders, who were once in Oakland. And really, I guess all the teams in California besides St. Louis Rams moving to L.A. and then the San Diego Chargers moving to L.A. But I like teams that are very historical, like the Browns. This is a historical team, and maybe Joe Flacco's the answer. Anything else you've got on the Browns and what else you want to see from them this season? Anything that you think they may need to do better if they are going to try to take it all the way?
They just need to stay healthy with the people that are still healthy. I think we have to just keep the injuries from here on out to a minimum because our bench is deep, but I don't know how much deeper. We're getting into dangerous territory. So as long as we can keep the people that we have healthy, I think that we're going to have a good shot. So they just need to play safe. Joe Flacco needs to get down. I know he's been doing some scrambling in the pocket, which is nice to see him making plays. But, now that we've punched the playoffs, he just needs to get down, try to stay healthy, don't mess anything up in the meantime.
Well, you obviously are a true Browns fan, so thank you so much, Clay. I think, yes, he needs to do all of those things. The defense needs to stay on fire and healthy. Staying healthy, that is most important for, I think, every single team out there. The Browns and the Jets, we knew they were probably going to run all over the Jets, but Clay, thank you so much for your call. You got to be ecstatic as a Browns fan. You want to give me one of the dog wolves or whatever it is that you guys do over there?
The dog pound bark?
The dog pound bark. There we go. The dog pound bark. You heard it. All right. Thank you so much for your call. Right now, this is ESPN Pensacola Sports Drive. I'm your host, Kate Thomas, talking Browns and Jets. Thank you so much, Clay, with your call. That was great because you get it. And true Browns fan right there. So much history with this team and Joe Flacco and everything that's been going on. We're going to be talking a lot more about football, but I do want to do some preview because we've got the Orange Bowl coming up. That'll be this weekend on Saturday. Then we also have Monday, New Year's Day. We've got a whole slate of games with both the Rose Bowl and the Sugar Bowl. I'll be here with you on New Year's Day highlighting those games as well. Some other big games in the NFL to talk about. So make sure to stay tuned right here. Sports Drive with Kate right here on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. Remember, call in with your thoughts this next half hour, 623-1330. 623-1330, that is the number to call.
You're listening to ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. All sports, all the time. WEBY, Milton, Pensacola.
Do you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
Just a little heads up before something bad happens.
Move your coffee cup away from your computer.
Oh, no.
So you can have more control.
Stop. You're texting your boss by mistake.
Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Warning, the cap is loose on that catch-up.
Ugh. Don't wait. You have the power to change the outcome. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Escape to the Pony Gentlemen's Club at 500 East Gregory Street. Enjoy extended happy hour and enticing drink specials from noon to 7, Tuesday through Saturday. Doors open at 7 p.m. on Mondays and Sundays. Show a local event ticket for complimentary entry and savor exclusive signature cocktails. Elevate your nights where sophistication meets indulgence. The Pony Gentlemen's Club.
Join us on Fridays for the ESPN Pensacola LSU Tiger Talk, sponsored by Cordova Lanes from 10 to 11. Listen live for a breakdown of the latest LSU news and analysis from the game on Saturday. It's LSU Tiger Talk, brought to you by Cordova Lanes, the home of the LSU alumni chapter of the Panhandle Bayou Bengals. Listen to ESPN Pensacola Friday mornings from 10 to 11 for Tiger Talk. And go Tigers!
ESPN Pensacola's play-by-play games of the week.
Sunday, the Miami Dolphins battle the Baltimore Ravens at 11. Then it's the Green Bay Packers versus the Minnesota Vikings at 7 p.m. Monday, New Year's Day, beginning at 12 noon, it's the Fiesta Bowl, where Liberty takes on Oregon, followed by Alabama versus Michigan in the Rose Bowl. Then in the Sugar Bowl, Texas rumbles with Washington. ESPN Pensacola. Local, state, and national sports scores and opinions on ESPN Pensacola's Sports Drive, starting now.
Welcome back in Sports Drive with Kate right here on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM. 99.1 FM. Thank you so much for joining me on this Friday and every single weekday morning from 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. I love spending my mornings with you. If you're listening in the car and then you go to work and you still have a chance to listen at work, you can always listen to ESPN Pensacola. You can listen through our app, which is just at ESPN Pensacola. You can listen online, ESPNpensacola.com. So make sure to tune in because we're always streaming live. So we've got all of our local shows. We've got our national shows. We carry pretty much all of the sports games that you could ever want or imagine. Like last night, we had the Jets and Browns. Good game for all the Browns fans out there. Today, we're going to have Tiger Talk coming up at 10 a.m. So make sure to join us for that. It's our last Tiger Talk. We talk everything LSU, but really probably today's main focus will be centered around college football, centered around the Rose Bowl, the Orange Bowl, the Sugar Bowl. I'm going to just start going through all the bowl names, but make sure to tune in at 10 a.m. today. We have a good roundtable discussion, and that will be from 10 to 11 today. So make sure to tune into that. Later on, Missouri, Ohio State tonight in the Cotton Bowl. We'll have that right here on ESPN. We'll get into talking about that a little bit as well. Saturday, Lions and Cowboys. Bob, hope your Lions are ready. Then on Sunday, of course, we'll have all the NFL action for you. Dolphins, Ravens, Packers, Vikings. Monday, I'll be here with you, but all those bowl games as well. So just kind of giving you a lowdown of what we've got coming right here on ESPN Pensacola. We are the premier sports station here in the Panhandle area. We're your place for everything sports. Boots on the ground here locally, always following what's going on as well. Actually, coming up next week, one of our own from Pensacola, Jonathan Daniels, he'll be competing in the Under Armour Bowl. They only pick 100 kids in the entire nation to compete in that bowl game. That's going to be on January 3rd in Orlando. So much going on. Big win again last night for the Browns. Now, yes, they're playing the Jets, who I feel like either team would just be a team to be a hard team to be a fan of. But we've got the Cotton Bowl. We've got the Orange Bowl. Missouri and Ohio State. I don't know why it says Cotton Bowl and Missouri and Ohio. Okay, sorry, I'm getting confused. You have to give me a second because my brain just literally did something weird. So Missouri, Ohio State tonight. So right now this is just an Ohio day after Cleveland last night, Missouri, and then Ohio State tonight. Who do you have? I'm curious. I think for me personally, and I haven't seen how many players have pulled out and opted out for the Cotton Bowl itself. When we go in to talk about the Orange Bowl, that's something we'll talk about. But Cotton Bowl, who do you have, Ohio State or Missouri? I'm going to go Ohio State for now. That one should be a good one, though. Let me know what your thoughts are on that one. You know, in the Big Ten, because they have the Michigan and Ohio State game as the last game every season, I still hated it for Ohio State because I thought they played one heck of a game against Michigan. I truly, truly did. Michigan, they're number one. They're in the college football playoffs. Not every team gets a chance to make it to the college football playoffs. Ohio State, they were one that if we had that 12-team playoff, we would be seeing them play more. Missouri and Mizzou, they've honestly been a better team throughout the past few years than we've seen. Pleasantly surprised by them, so hopefully a pretty good game in that one tonight for the Cotton Bowl. We look to the Orange Bowl, and then we've got that and the Lions and Cowboys tomorrow. Orange Bowl, though, FSU, 22 players as of yesterday had opted out. Almost 40 combined between the two schools, between Georgia and FSU. What do you think about these players opting out? I remember when back when I was in college, when this first became a thing, it was huge. And this was before the NIL or anything like that had came about. But people made such a big deal about it. Does it matter to you whether these athletes opt out of these bowl games, especially obviously if they're going into the NFL draft? Does that matter? We talked a little bit about it yesterday on Tomahawk Talk, but I'm interested to see, does it matter to you? 850-623-1330 if these guys opt out for the game, and who do you have in the Orange Bowl? I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I've got Georgia. Now, Georgia will be without Brock Bowers. There's another big star player that right now I've got to pull up his name. I just can't think of right off the top of my head, but they're out a few good ones. FSU's basically out of everyone who is worth anything. So all I am hoping for is a good game in that one, but at least on Saturday we have the Lions and Cowboys, which we will know will be a good one. And I do want to get into that one coming up and more here. If you want to go ahead and talk Lions and Cowboys, let me know. Go ahead and do it. Give me a call. What do you think that the Cowboys need to do to get a win? What do you think the Lions need to do to get a win? I'm excited about that one. I'm more excited about Dolphins and Ravens, which we'll also get into. But we can take the rest of this show anyway. We can talk college football. We can talk NFL. Lots of good games going on. But who do you have in the Cotton Bowl too? I've got Ohio State. We do have a caller. Good morning. How are you? And who do we have this morning?
Good morning. You got Bob, your Lions fan.
Hey, Bob. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So, listening to your question about college football and opting out, I think it's a shame. I think it shows that, to me, that they're looking at the future, but at the same time, they're not showing any pride in what they've done or accomplished to get to a bowl game. So, if you did that in the pros, I don't want to play this game because I want to opt out. That's like telling the coach, hey, you made it to the playoffs, don't worry about playing. A lot of players will tell you, and even the pros, they want to play because they want to continue improving their game. To me, another reason why I can't follow college football is because now you got people who are saying, well, I want to do something better. Well, you know what? You can get hurt in any game. I understand that. were you going to make it to the pros? And how many people have made it to the pros? They get injured, and then you never see them again.
Right.
It's the same thing. So to me, if you're going to have a team that's in a bowl game, you should take a little pride in your school and what you accomplished to get a bowl game and show up. I'm sorry, retired military, a little pride goes a long way. Not being prideful, just a little pride. But yeah, and then an NIL and coaches getting hired during the bowl season, I think that should be stopped. I don't think anybody should get into the portal until after all the bowl games are played. You can't announce it. You can't say you're going to do this because you want to go somewhere else. And I don't think coaches should be hired during this season because they were part of that system that created them to get to a bowl game. Now they're not going to be there? That's ridiculous. So I think some of those things should change until, hey, guess what? All bowl games are done. February 1st. There you go. Let's start doing hiring and trading and whatever you want to do. I don't like the NIL. I don't like the
you don't like
NIL,
the NIL. You don't like the coaches transferring. And what else do you not like?
I don't like the students can opt out of the college bowl game. I mean, to me, it's crazy. That's why I can't follow college.
It truly
a lot of
is.
Things I can't. It's crazy. It's no pride in what I've done or accomplished, but I'm looking towards the future. Okay, I look to the future, but I take pride in what I do, and I do it every day.
Oh, man.
And,
so many good points to address. Thank you so much again for your call. I appreciate it.
As for my Lions and the Cowboys, this is a away game for Detroit. So I hope our defense travels well, and it'll make it a good game. I'm looking at a field goal. It's going to win the game. It doesn't matter if it's Dallas or Detroit. I think it's going to be a tough game. Both teams are going to show up strong. Dallas has lost 2 in a row, so they're going to be hungry because they know they're not going to get anywhere other than the 5th seed, but they don't want to continue losing going into the last week because that's not a good way to start the playoffs season. Detroit, we are in. We're the champions of the North. Awesome. But I think we still have a chance for the 1 seed, so we're going to come out firing because we want to put that nail in the coffin because if San Francisco loses and the Eagles lose, we're the number 1. And I don't think we're going to take that pedal off the gas.
I don't think so either. Thank you so much for your call and your insight. Always appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day. Again, you can always call in with your thoughts. Chime in. Give me your information, too, if you want. 850-623-1330. We're also doing a pair of Ice Flyer ticket giveaways I just became aware of. So if you want to be a winner, all you have to do is be the first to text in Ice Flyer, but I want you to also text in your favorite part about this show. You don't have to actually do that, but just put Maynard's really in the line. Text in 850-623-1330. Be the first one to text in 850-623-1330. Maynard's in the subject line. To win a pair of Ice Flyer tickets, they're going to be for this Saturday at 7. So go out, support the Ice Flyers. It is a fun time. It's a great team to support. They have been absolutely electric. Really happy to see them with head coach Gary Graham at the helm. So again, text in if you want to win a pair of Ice Flyer tickets. Be the first one. All you have to do is text in 850-623-1330. 850-623-1330. Text in with Maynard's as the subject line when you text in 850-623-1330 to win a pair of those Ice Flyer tickets. We're talking a lot of football. Thank you for everyone who has called in. We need to take a very quick break. I've got to warm my voice up a little bit more, but we'll take a quick one. Remember, text in 850-623-1330 with Maynard's to win a pair of Ice Flyer tickets. Also, you can call in. We're going to wrap up talking more about football right here on Sports Drive with Kate on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM.
Hey, everyone. Let's all stop what we're doing right now and take a moment. That felt good, huh? Just like that, we had a nice special sort of moment together. Of course, they don't all need to be quiet moments to be special. They could be loud moments, goofy moments, sporty moments, dorky moments. Moments where we talk or walk or just hang out. It doesn't really matter. They all count. Because every time dads like us take a moment like that to spend with our kids, well, it's pretty momentous. Sounds like somebody agrees. So let's take a moment to make a moment. Today, call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Calling all FSU Seminole fans, Tomahawk Talk is here. Tune in Wednesday from 9 till 10 right here on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM to get the latest on Florida State football. Hear from the experts, the superfans, and even some former players about what's happening on the field, the sidelines, to the locker room. It's your chance to be a part of the conversation and let your war chant out. It's Tomahawk Talk, Wednesday from 9 till 10. Tomahawk Talk, brought to you by the law firm of Gross & Schuster. The stage is set for the 2024 National Championship. Hear all the big games right here as the road to the championship has Missouri taking on Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl. Alabama and Michigan go head-to-head in the Rose Bowl. Oregon and Liberty in the Fiesta Bowl. Washington and Texas meet up in the Sugar Bowl. Who will make it to the 2024 National Championship? Find out here on Pensacola's sports station, ESPN Pensacola. Sponsored by Patriotic Paving, VA Claims Lawyers, Cannell & Company, and New South Window.
Here's a fun fact for you. The average chameleon can point their eyes in 2 different directions. On the other hand, the average human can't. So unless you're a chameleon, there's absolutely no way you can focus on texting and driving at the same time. So don't do it, unless you're a chameleon.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Here are the ESPN Pensacola 1330 AM 99.1 FM contest rules. You can win 1 prize per household per contest in any 30-day period, unless specified by individual contest rules. All prizes are non-transferable, non-redeemable for cash, or exchangeable for any other contest prize. Prizes must be redeemed within a 30-day period of winning and must be 18 years of age or older to win. For a complete list of rules, visit ESPNpensacola.com.
ESPN Pensacola's Sports Drive. Text 850-623-1330.
Welcome back into Sports Drive with Kate. I'm your host, Kate Thomas. This is ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. We are streaming live. We're doing a YouTube video live stream as well as a Facebook video live stream. We'll do that every weekday. So you can comment on there. You can go back and watch later episodes as well. But yeah, go follow us on all of our social media as well as our YouTube. If you are going to our social media pages, because I'm streaming live, I do have we are doing a drawing for this Chris Winkie jersey. So if you are watching the live video stream right now, big thank you to our friends at Coins, Sports Cards, and Racing Collectibles. Huge thank you to them for this donation of this Chris Winkie jersey. It's back when he played quarterback for the FSU Seminoles, when he won the Heisman. It's framed. It's got pictures of him. This is a really, really, really sweet framed Chris Winkie jersey that would look great in anyone's house. Even if you're not a Seminoles fan, this is just like, it's a cool piece of history to have, especially with Winkie winning the Heisman, and he went on to go and do so many other really, really big things in his life and his career, and is a very accomplished individual. So all you have to do, download the ESPN Pensacola app. Once that app is downloaded, you open it up, and at the top of the app, it should say click to enter to win a Chris Winkie jersey. You click there, it should register you to win, and really that's it. And then after you have that app, like I said, you can always stream us there, but that's kind of your hub for all the information. It's where you can register for other prizes and things like that as well. If you have any trouble with the app or the registration, send me a text to 850-623-1330. Again, 623-1330. We did get an Ice Flyer winner, so we are out of winners for that. Congratulations to Darlene out in Pensacola for winning the Ice Flyer tickets to that. So we were talking a lot of football. It's been a great show. We talked a lot of NFL, sort of started talking, Thursday Night Football, Browns, Joe Flacco. While we're talking about that, have to go back to Joe Flacco just for a second. Let's listen to what he had to say after last night's win over the Jets.
We've asked you every week if this is becoming a little surreal, is it?
It's really cool. I haven't been a part of a game, really. I haven't played in a game where, every stadium has these LED lights now, so you can just turn them off and turn them right back on. And coming out of the tunnel with I don't know if people had their iPhones going or if they gave them. It was really cool, unbelievable atmosphere. So, yeah, to get it done in front of the home crowd, to actually get ourselves into that next step in the season, it definitely made it extra special.
Listening to Joe Flacco, the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, which seems so weird to say, talking about the lights and the fog in the stadiums. Interesting that he said that. I guess showmanship, or it truly, it's an experience now when you go to any game, whether it's NFL, college, they're even doing it at the high school level now. I remember I saw one meme where they had the fog so much in smoke that the players were literally tumbling over one another, which was a disaster. You never want to have too much fog that they literally cannot see to get through. But it is a new day and age. I had the chance to go to an FSU game, since we do have the Orange Bowl tomorrow, but not at FSU. But I went there. Now, it's been a while since I've been to an LSU game as well, but they had the lights, and and even these NFL stadiums have all this stuff too. It is literally a show. So Joe Flacco, who, he's used to that old school ball. Now everything is lights, camera, action, fog in the air, fireworks. Is something different, but he deserves fireworks after getting the win for the Browns and hopefully being the answer for them. Okay, well, we've got to talk Cotton Bowl because that's tonight. Ohio State and Missouri. Ohio State, again, great season for them. But apparently, if you lose 3 consecutive years to Michigan, then you shouldn't be the coach for the Buckeyes anymore. Do you agree with that? Ryan Day, he's still going to coach the Buckeyes in the Cotton Bowl, but I know that his head right now is wanted on a silver platter for not getting that win over Michigan in the last game of the regular season. I had talked to players who had been to Ohio State and played there, and hey, is the national championship more important to you, or is it more important to beat Michigan? It's more important to beat Michigan, and they didn't, and they haven't done so in the last 3 years. And that's why Nick Saban says this is a different team. This is a team that we haven't seen, and they do have Jim Harbaugh back. But let's talk about Ohio State. Let's talk about Mizzou, because they play in the Cotton Bowl tonight. No, Ohio State didn't get their chance to make the playoffs. FSU didn't either, and they'll be in the Orange Bowl tomorrow night. But let's hear what Coach Ryan Day for the Ohio State Buckeyes has to say about competing in the Cotton Bowl this evening.
About just how great everybody here at the Cotton Bowl has been. Was here in 2017 and talked for a long time about the hospitality that all the folks here shared with our team, and it's been the same. It's been better. It's been better. And like Coach said, being here for Christmas is a different experience, but our guys have really enjoyed the week, but have also had a great week of practice. Practice in a first-class facility like we're in right now. Made it easy and seamless. And again, a lot of people have a lot of pride in this bowl, and so it's an honor to be a part of. Practice has been good all week and ramping up to the game. It started back in Columbus, as we, had our fundamental phase and then game plan phase, put that in, and then came here and went through a week of practice. It's been exciting to see our team, rally around our quarterback, Devin Brown, who's going to be starting his first college game in the Cotton Bowl against Missouri here, who's a great team, very well coached, very talented, good in all three phases, play complementary football, and have a lot of momentum. So we know it's going to be a battle tomorrow night, and our guys are excited for that.
All right.
Coach Ryan Day, and he says tomorrow night because that is a presser from last night talking about the Cotton Bowl that they have tonight against Missouri. Who do you have? I think I've got the Buckeyes. I just do. He seems excited, but he doesn't seem excited because I think that he knows. I think he believes that everybody who's an Ohio State fan is not that happy with him right now. Regardless, for all these teams competing in bowl games that are not the bowl game that gets you into the national championship, it's always a good time. But for the teams who are competing in ones like Orange Bowl, the Orange Bowl for FSU and for Georgia, look, FSU, they are having some fun. They went to Disneyland over in California and are excited about that. I think I'm completely confusing states right now, so you have to forgive me with all these different bowl games. Orange Bowl in Miami, I am thinking of the Rose Bowl because I don't know where my brain is going. So when I said in California they're having fun, that was the Alabama football players. Do not hate me for some reason confusing them. It's been a long week. It's been a long morning. Orange Bowl's on Saturday. That's going to be tomorrow at 3, of course. We've got the Cotton Bowl tonight between Ohio State and Missouri. Then, of course, on New Year's Day, we've got the Rose Bowl and the Sugar Bowl. Rose Bowl. It is in California. I know where it is. All right, we've got a caller. Good morning. How are you? And we're running short on time, so you're live on air, and welcome in. And who do we have? I'll give you about a minute or two. Go ahead.
Good morning, Kate. Good morning, Kate. It's Scott in Ohio. I just wanted to call and say, hey, thanks for all your coverage of the Cotton Bowl. We're listening to you here up north, and wishing for the best result for Ryan Day and all his guys.
Well, I got to ask you while I have you, because we have a little bit of time. Are they ready to take Ryan Day's head off, or if he does well in the Cotton? Does it matter if he does well in the Cotton Bowl for everybody up in Ohio?
I think it does matter that he does well in the Cotton Bowl, and I don't think everybody here is ready to take his head off yet. If you remember when Urban Meyer was the coach of Ohio State, he beat the team up north. We don't even say the name. But we beat the team up north, all the years that he was a coach. I think it was 6 years. And, he didn't get – the team up coach didn't get fired. So I think you need to stay with the coach that creates good men and is a good coach. And, you just got to get over it. Sometimes you get turnovers and you lose games, and that's how it is. It's time to go win a bowl game.
It's time to go win a bowl game. Scott from Ohio. Go Buckeyes, O-H.
I-O.
All right, you heard it. Glad to have people from all over listening. That's why I said you can stream. A lot of families, while they were in town, they discovered this show, so stream it. We talk all things sports. We talk Pensacola sports, Florida sports, national, all things right here on Sports Drive with Kate. I'll be here New Year's Day, so I want to hear phone calls from you bright and early because I know that you will be you'll be waking up bright and early with me New Year's Day. So, look, hope to hear from you then. We'll go over all the games that happened over the weekend on New Year's Day and all the games that are going to be played on New Year's Day. So, chime in with your thoughts. I'll post some things on social, and we'll get some comments from you as we head towards that. Again, 10 a.m. is Tiger Talk right here on ESPN Pensacola at 10. Stay tuned for that.